What's up everybody, welcome to the video. My name is Darian Craig and today's video is going to be on the top 5 Christmas gifts that you need to buy the angler in your family. Well, at least that they want. I'll just say that. They might not get all of them, but they want all 5 of these. And these are my picks. These are the 5 things that I would be asking for, you know, if I was wanting some fishing stuff. I'm not even going to waste a lot of time on this introduction or this intro. I'm going to jump right into the video, but I did want to say at the end of this video, I'm giving away everything on the table. Well, I've got 2 rods and reels. I'm only going to give away one of those, but you get the point. I'm giving away all 5 of the things that I'm talking about on this video. So to win these prizes, all you gotta do is make sure you're subscribed to my channel, like this video, and comment which of the 5 things that you would like to have the most as a Christmas present. They're all really, really good, and let's jump right into it. But remember, if you want to win any of this stuff, I'm literally giving it away. Oh, and I've got 2 giveaways. I've got the soft plastics giveaway from the last video, and then this giveaway. So I'm gonna do both of those drawings on December the 23rd. That'll be the day that the video goes up that announces the winner. December 23rd, I'm gonna announce this. I'll ship it that day, but you probably won't get it till after, obviously, till after Christmas. But December 23rd, the video for who wins all this stuff will be posted. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. So going into the 2020 season, there's a ton of new good stuff. I think the best gift you could give, I think it's around $320 maybe, is a monthly subscription to the 6 Sense Super 6 bag. And I'm not gonna pitch a bunch of sponsor stuff on this video. I truly wanted to pick my top 5 things, but starting with the 6 Sense, I genuinely believe that this is the best Christmas gift that you can buy. And the reason is the quality of products that comes in these bags, and it's such a long-term thing. Like you can do a 6-month, you can do a 3-month, or you can do the year. You save money on each, you know, the longer you go, the more money you can save on it. But I quickly wanted to show, this was the very first month bag that I got. And I just wanted to show the quality of the product. That's the main thing, is you're not buying junk. It truly is really, really good stuff. So first off, these are all 6 Sense products in this subscription. You're not getting a bunch of bull crap. You're not getting junk colors. All of this is good stuff. There's 6 hard baits. Those are around, I think, $8 a piece average, maybe $7.50 a piece average. I'm not even gonna go through all of them. I just wanted to say that box was really, really high quality. So that was the first one that I got. And then the second one that I got was for the month of November. That was October's bag. This was November's bag, and it had the neoprene rod sleeve in it. So this was a separate month, completely separate month. Neoprene rod sleeve. It had 3 different jigs, and it had 4 crankbaits. I'm sorry, 3 crankbaits. 1, 2, 3. So those are 3 different crankbaits. Those are around, I think, that same $7 to $8 each. I think this one might be closer to 10 per crankbait, the rod sock, and these 3 jigs. So it's a ton of value packed into this one little bag, and you get it monthly, which is the coolest part of it. So you never know what you're gonna get, and that's kind of the exciting thing, is like it's always gonna change, and you're gonna get to experience, or that person's gonna get to experience new tackle every time. So that's super, super awesome. That's gonna be definitely my #1 pick. DC Super 6, save $10 off the first bag. Everybody at the same time in about February is gonna get the bug where they're ready to go back fishing, they're ready to go catching. Getting them rigged up with some good pre-spawn baits is something that every angler wants and needs. I quickly grabbed 3 of my favorites. One of my absolute favorite pre-spawn baits, when the water's still cold, they're not super aggressive, they're real lethargic, they're just cold. A freaking DT6 is a great bait. It's a wooden bait. The wobble on it's really, really tight. DT6 is really good. Similar, but it's a little bit different, is the Flat Crush 75X. It's a square bill by 6 Sense. Again, it's got a tight wobble, but it's a square bill, so it's going to reflect off of cover a little bit better than the DT6. But a DT6 is just good because it's a wooden bait. It's totally different than this bait. They have a lot of different actions, or they have different actions. They're not very similar. But I have both of them tied on in the pre-spawn just for different situations. And then the third is a lipless crankbait. This one's a rattle trap, like the original rattle trap. 6 Sense makes a good one. Strike King makes a good one. The old Excaliburs, which is the Booyah, is a good one. Just something that you can hear that's really, really loud. It's got a lot of BBs in it, a lot of lead beads or tungsten beads, depending on what brand you get. But a good rattle bait, a good flat-sided square bill, and a DT6. Can't go wrong with that to get them started for the pre-spawn bite when they're really, really wanting to go out and catch a lot of fish, have great days and catch big bags. Also notice the colors that I picked out revolve around crawfish colors. So I just really like those colors for the pre-spawn. So there's the second thing I would suggest. The third thing on your angler's list that you may or may not know about, and the reason I'm putting these crankbaits into my top 5 for Christmas is because one thing. Here's what's going to happen. Every year, the end of April, the beginning of May, sometimes it stretches into the middle of May, fish go out deep. They've already spawned. They've gotten fat over the spring. They've eaten back up with their garden, their fry, and they're ready to move out deep. And they group up out there. And y'all know that one of my favorite things to do is catch them on a big crankbait. And that's one of the main reasons I was super pumped about getting with 6 Senses for this C20. This is the best deep diving crankbait, in my opinion, that there is. But now is the best time to be buying big crankbaits. And the main reason is this. All the fish are going to move out deep about the same week or 2 week span. You're going to notice that a ton of fish went out there. And what's going to happen is the same time there's going to be an FLW tournament or a Bassmaster tournament or a Major League Fishing tournament. Somebody's going to catch them out deep really good on this crankbait. And then every store is not going to have them. Tackle Warehouse won't have them. Their direct store won't have them. Your local tackle store will be out of them for a couple weeks. And in those couple of weeks is going to be the time that they're biting the crankbait the best. It happens every single year. Your local, the first week of May, there's a huge club tournament or a huge local open tournament at your lake, whatever it is. Like at Gunnersville, there's the Chris Lane tournament. And every year, the Chris Lane tournament, they're biting a big crankbait. And then you can't get crankbaits in Gunnersville after that for a couple weeks because they're all sold out. So now's the best time to be buying crankbaits. And trust me, the angler in your family, what's one of these? Cloud9 C20. That's my favorite size out of the Cloud9 series. So that's number 3 on my list. Number 4 on my list is going to be a deep box to hold those crankbaits in. And these, now the regular size crankbaits, you can put a lot of this stuff together. You can put your lipless bait, your flat-sided square bill, and your DTs. You can put all those together in a thinner size box. But the reason that I chose this deep box, and this is a Bass Mafia, I have no affiliation with Bass Mafia, but I do like this box a lot for a couple reasons. Obviously, it's clear. Any way it sits in your boat or on your storage, if it's upside down, you can easily see through it. I know what's in there. I know if I need to refill. And also, it's waterproof. It's got 4 latches, so it keeps everything dry in this box. I just really like it a lot. But the main reason is for these big crankbaits. When you buy these big crankbaits, they take up a lot of space. This doesn't have any 6 Sense baits in it. This is a separate box from my all 6 Sense box. But as you can tell, like a 10XD, it literally 2 of them takes up an entire space. Well, if you had a thinner box, it would only take up 1 an entire space. So one of these boxes, if it was a thinner size, it can only hold 8 10XDs, which sucks. It's not enough. Maybe you could get 12 in there if you took the divider out in the middle. It doesn't hold a lot of baits. So I recommend the deep box. It's my favorite. You can see what all you've got. You can keep some storage. The number one reason for having a deep box with your big crankbaits is you lose so many of them. You fish it a lot of times on 10 or 12 pound line thrown on a big crankbait. So, the reason you do that is so your bait can get down deeper. With that 10 or 12 pound line, your bait's going to get deeper. But the problem with that is 10 or 12 pound line isn't very strong, so it breaks off a little bit easier. So you go through a bunch of crankbaits. Now's the best time to be buying them up. A lot of people have sales on them this time of year because they're not moving them. It's not the time of year to be throwing them. And this is my favorite time to stock up on big crankbaits to go in this big cranking box. The 5th and final, maybe the most important thing for the angler in your life, maybe it's you, maybe you just want to buy some new fishing stuff that you like, is a good rod and reel setup. And I think when I first got started in fishing, every year I would try to get 1 or 2 new rods and reels for Christmas. That was like my thing. My papa would always get me 1 rod and reel, and I'd ask for a rod and reel from my parents, and that was kind of the thing that I knew. Every year I felt like I was going to get 2 rods and reels. But if you had to pick one, if you're buying a rod and reel for whoever it is, maybe it's yourself, the first one I wanted to show is the most affordable one, and it is extremely high quality. It's the Accurist, Quantum Accurist S3. Quantum, I believe, has these combos. They have a different grip, though. Honestly, I don't have the exact rod that they have in there on the website. They have this combo for $150. Also, my discount code saves 25% off of that. So if you want a great rod and reel combo at a really, really good price, Quantum Accurist S3, they're super light. They don't have, I don't know if that's going to focus. I know it's probably not going to focus, but they don't have ceramic guides inside the eyes, so they can't break and bust out and fall out and crack or whatever. So I really enjoy that rod a lot. It's super lightweight, and again, for $150, save yourself 25% off if you use the code DIF25. I'll put everything in the description at the bottom so y'all don't forget. But I can't do quick math, but that's going to be somewhere around $115 for this combo, which is going to be super good. Probably I would say definitely the best $115 combo that you can possibly buy. And then my personal favorite, the setup that I use the absolute most, wherever I'm at, but especially at Guntersville. Y'all know that my favorite time of year to fish is the summertime. It's everyone's favorite time of year, but the spring and summer when the fish get out deep, I just love throwing a big worm, throwing a big jig, and fishing with big line and setting the hook really hard. The Smoke S3 rod, it's a 7, this one that I'm talking about is a 7.4 heavy, is my absolute favorite rod. I have a bunch of these. You're not going to break it. It's extremely sensitive. It's very lightweight. It's got a good handle. It's got a good grip on the butt. This is just a perfectly built rod in my opinion. And the Smoke HD, you've seen tons of pros using it. Kevin Van Dam made a lot of money on this reel. Swindle made a lot of money on this reel. Jordan Lee won the Classic on this reel at Conroe. Casey Ashley has won on this reel. I don't know if he was on this reel. No, he wasn't throwing this reel when he won the Classic. But a lot of guys have done this reel. Matt Lee throws this reel. It's a super, super, super good reel. It's a 200 size. It's got a little bit more line, but the body isn't a ton bigger. So that's the thing I like about it. It has a bigger spool, but not necessarily the reel isn't that much bigger. Again, starting with Super 6 bag, some pre-spawn baits, some big crankbaits. Buy them now so they're not sold out when it's time to have them, because these things you go through a bunch of. A good waterproof box. This one and the Plano one are my favorites. But make sure you get a deep box. It has to be deep for big cranking in my opinion. And then a good rod and reel setup. Again, the Accurist, crazy good price for $150. With my discount code, it's going to be around $115. And my all-time favorite rod and reel is this Smoke setup. So that is my top 5. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Again, on December the 23rd, I'm going to give away this bag, all 3 of these baits. I'll just do 2 of these crankbaits. I'm only talking about one of them, but since I've got all of them up here, I'll go ahead and put these 2 in it. I am going to do a waterproof Bass Mafia deep box. Not this one because this is mine, but I'll have one for you. And then I'm going to do an Accurist. I can't do a rod because the shipping on a rod is crazy expensive, just like for me to ship one. But I'll ship you a reel. I'll ship an Accurist reel. And yeah, hopefully you'll enjoy that. But thank you guys for tuning into my channel. Make sure to enter to win. You have to subscribe to my channel, like this video, and comment down below what your favorite of these 5 things were. And hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. I'll see you on a couple more videos before then. But stay safe traveling. Eat a ton of food. Have no regrets. Hug your grandmother. And I'll see you on the next one.